connector created by Apple and is used by every iPhone from the 5 to 13.
All right, see, there you go.
Oh, that's what I was thinking because I have a 13 and I've seen all the ones after mine's do not use a lightning. Okay.
So the model number is the series is different from the iOS.
Huh. Weird.
Because that happened in
On the
2023. Yeah, I don't get it.
Yeah,
'Cause
I guess
we
I
just
guess you gotta look
answered
at the
differently.
yeah. I guess you gotta look at the port, the charging port, and see if it's Lightning or USB-C at that point. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess this question can be either or in this case, especially how they explained it here. Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah. On the 1101s, I would just choose lightning and not worry about like
Yeah.
the question. Honestly.
All right, 12. Mike is setting up a DHCP server on the segment of a corporate LAN. Which of the options is not required in the DHCP scope to allow hosts on that LAN segment to be assigned a dynamic IP address and still be able to access the internet and internal company servers? B. Reservations. A. Reservations. B. DNS servers. C. Default gateway. Or D. Subnet mask.
It's not required.
I think
Reservations?
it's reservations, yeah. Just because we had a question like that earlier.
Which I think, when you when reservations is saying that you want to reserve an IP address. I think that's what it's saying.
Is that what it is?
I think so.
Let's see. IP address reservations, also known as DHCP reservations, ensure a specific device always receives the same IP from the DHCP. This is used
Yeah.
for stuff like printers, servers, and devices. Alright. So that's just like
Yeah, you're gonna get the same IP address until you decide not to use it anymore. I think.
well, what's the difference between reservations and static? They sound the same. Static IPs and DHCP reservations both provide a fixed IP address for devices on a network, but they differ in how they are implemented and managed. Static IPs are manually configured on the device, while DHCP reservations are assigned by the DHCP server based on the MAC address. Okay.
Yeah, it was reservations. Yeah, the DHCP server must provide an IP address subnet and default gateway, and DNS server to each client efficiently. Using the AP reservation is not required to configure the meet requirements for the question. DHCP reservations allow the DHCP serve to preset an IP address. Yeah, like I was saying, you get the same IP address when you log in or use the internet, whatever.
Mhm.
Which of the following statements about the 5 gigahertz wireless frequency used by Wi-Fi is correct? The 5 gigahertz frequency has fewer channels available than 2.4. The 5 gigahertz frequency has a longer wavelength that allows the signal to travel further than 2.4 using the same power levels. The 5 gigahertz frequency is more effective at penetrating solid surfaces than 2.4. The 5 gigahertz frequency supports higher data rates than 2.4.
I don't know. This is a good one.
I think I know what the answer is, but what do you guys think?
Yeah, I'm just thinking the last one, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I feel like this is like one of those trick ones where like 5 is sounds like it's better than 2.4, but I saw this one image that showed that like 2.4 is actually like better.
I guess it
Yeah, I
depends what you
remember.
using it for. I guess I don't know.
I guess one like experiences less interference. I'm not sure which one it is though.
Mhm. Let's see. We got 2.4 versus 5.0. Uh, uh, more fewer channels, longer wavelength. Let's see what it says if you put in a bunch of keywords like this: penetrating, solid, and data rates. So, 2.4 and 2.5 have different characteristics that make them suitable for various reasons. Here's the stuff you mentioned: fewer channels. No, 2.4 has fewer non-overlapping channels than 5. This means that in a crowded environment, 2.4 band is prone. Okay, so it wasn't a trick question. Longer wavelength. Yes, 2.4 signals have longer wavelength than 5. Okay, that's where it kind of is tricky because 2.4 has longer penetrating. The longer wavelength 2.4 allows it to penetrate solid objects like walls and floors more effectively. So 2.4 does have longer wavelength and it penetrates and data rates 5 gigahertz supports significantly. Okay, you're right. Yeah. So it does support faster speeds even though it's a shorter wavelength.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, that was my
Yeah,
thought
yeah.
process,
mhm.
honestly.
it is the.
Cool. Well, that's a good one. It's a good
Mhm.
question. We'll copy that down. E.
Ah, so 14. Natalie has been asked to install an extra 8 gigabytes of RAM into an employee's laptop. Which type of module should she select? A. DIM. B. Rambus. C. SODIMM. Or D. SD-RAM. I think it's SODIMM. Isn't SODIMM like a smaller version of DIM? And DIM is like
Yeah.
for laptops, and then SODIMM's for
Yeah,
laptops.
SODIMM is usually associated with a laptop. It's smaller.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. I don't know what
What's
the other two
Rambus?
are, but yeah, I know what that is.
Rambus Memory. Technology company known for its high-speed memory interface solution. RDRAM. I guess it's just a type of RAM. Rambus is a manufacturer. Okay.
Oh, it's like the basic RAM sticks you get when you buy a computer.
All right.
Yes, SODIMM.
Nice, nice.
Right. 15. Users have installed a new hard disk drive into your computer, but the motherboard does not recognize it within the BIOS UEFI. You have verified the drive is properly connected to the motherboard and the power supply is with the correct cables, but it is still not recognized. Which of the following actions should best resolve this problem? A. Format the new hard drive as FAT32. B. Update the firmware the motherboard. C. Configure a RAID in the BIOS / UEFI. Or D. Format the new hard drive as NTFS.
This is a tough one.
Well, I don't think it's C. Why would you RAID RAM? Oh, there's a hard disk. Oh my god, I was thinking RAM.
Yeah.
RAID.
Oh, this is just not recognizing the new hard disk, right? That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, not RAID. What's the NTFS mean? I like the update firmware, but what? Yeah.
It's similar to FAT32, but I forget what it does specifically.
NTFS.
Oh, it's a file system. Oh, it's a file system. Okay.
It's a new technology file system. Is a proprietary file system developed by Microsoft. It's the default file system for Windows operating systems, offering advanced features like file permissions, encryption, compression, and support for large volumes and files. Okay, so that's not it, because that's about permissions, encryption, and compression, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is it the first one?
Oh, what's FAT32?
I just don't know what that is, but I'm thinking of, since it's a new drive, you have to
So the term 32 FAT likely refers to FAT32 file system on a storage device, specifically a USB drive, and the number 30. Well, I'm gonna put FAT32. Did I put it wrong or what?
No, I mean,
It's a file system commonly used for USB drives, flash memory cards, and external hard drives. It's a file system, a method of organizing and storing files. It's a 32-bit bit version of the FAT file system. So I guess it would be the firmware. I guess I feel like I always say firmware, but without knowing what firmware really means. It's a form of microcode or program embedded into hardware devices to help them operate effectively. Devices rely on firmware built into their memory to function smoothly.
so what are we thinking?
What was FAT32? It was external drives.
Yeah,
Okay.
something like that.
And then what was NTFS?
So firmware. I mean, not firmware. Is a file system. I forget what the N stands for.
Oh, file system.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do NTFS versus what's the other one? FAT32?
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right. So FAT32 doesn't do file permissions, no encryption, no journaling. NTFS does file permissions, encryption, compression, journaling. Damn it.
Oh.
I don't know. That's a tough one.
Oh, mm, gonna use my brain here. Format the new drive as FAT32. I mean, but how would that look like? Is it like allowing the
I
motherboard
feel
to
like
recognize it as like an external? I don't know.
I feel like I had to do this when I added an SSD card to my old laptop. I mean my old desktop computer, and I did FAT32 it. If I remember correctly.
So in most cases, you would not format a new hard drive as FAT32, and here's why: 4 gigabyte file size limit, no file permissions, no journaling. So no file permissions, bad for multi-user or secure environment. Okay.
Well, I did that with an SSD card, not a hard drive. So, yeah.
Okay, yeah, it says SD cards would be used. So would you format the new hard drive as NTFS? Yes. If you're using Windows and the drive is for internal storage or for external, mainly on Windows, you can format the new hard drive as NTFS because it supports large files, handles large partitions. And then the other one would be not the RAID, but would you
Update the firmware to a motherboard. I don't think you do that though.
update the firmware for a new hard drive?
I'm just thinking how that would tie into
Yeah.
having a drive being like recognized, you know?
So motherboard doesn't recognize an UHD. Here's 5 reasons. So one of them is the connections. The other one is the BIOS settings. Make sure SATA controller is enabled. Look for any storage configuration RAID that might affect detection.
So I guess format the drive as an FTS. That's the most logical thing to do.
Format the drive as a what kind?
FTS. NTFS. I said that weird too.
Is this a Core 1 or Core 2?
Core 1.
Okay.
I don't know, man. It looks like firmware and I mean, maybe even if you configured one of the drives